Okay, here I am again. Tuesday night. Wow, I'm shooting for that 50 this year, you know. Got a few more to go. Anyhow, I see Mitch the bitch is up to his usual crap. He wants the investigation into voter fraud, the elimination of Rule 230, and $2,000 stimulus checks, all rolled into one package, so he can tell his Phoebe little boss that he at least tried. Only problem with that is there's a little guy sitting up in Vermont, just as old and just as cranky, called Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders sat there and said, "Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say that if you don't sign the 2000, if you don't bring the $2,000 stimulus check to vote on the floor, I'm not going to vote for the veto of the Trump's veto. Rather, I'm not going to vote for the overturning of the Trump's veto of the defense bill." Wow, that's a lot to say, right? So we have a little gamesmanship going on, you know. But one thing I know is that Mitch came in there with like about $100,000 in personal wealth, and he's now worth well over $8 million. So he's making some money in that little job of his. He doesn't pay for anything in the state of Kentucky anymore, I don't think. You know, golf, food, whatever. He gets it for free down there. He's one of my reasons for, saying that the old people, and remember, I'm one of them, should get the hell out of the Dodge, and that we need younger people with more, I hate the term progressive. Progressive isn't what I think more contemporary ideas. Ideas that fit the situation that we're in, you know. You got these idiots that don't know what they're doing. And that's that's what got Trump elected in the first place. And he's stupid because he could have got reelected. All he had to do was go out there and play that COVID virus the right way, save lives, get out there, and even at the last minute, even right now, he could go down, he could improve his rating as a president if he would help straighten out the delivery problems instead of sitting there saying that he lost the election because he was cheated. He's the only guy I know who would cheat, you know? I mean, everybody says there was no fraud. There was nothing done wrong. I mean, if it hadn't been the COVID virus, he still would have said it was a fraudulent vote. He won and claimed fraud because he didn't win the popular vote. And I said, well, that's happened before, but you don't win the popular vote. That's the way you play the game. You don't play for the popular vote. You play for the electoral college votes. I mean, and he lost both ways this time. He lost like by 11 million votes in the popular vote, and he lost the electoral college vote. I mean, give me a break. I don't know. This is politics is a nasty, 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 nasty job. Politics is something that if you're an honest man, you don't want any part of. I mean, you can do good without getting involved in politics. Do you have to negotiate? Yes. Do you have to compromise? Yes. But you do it outside of politics. That way, you're not selling your soul. You're making the decisions specifically in one area, and you're not hurting anybody by making that decision. When you're a politician and you add something to a bill, usually somebody's getting hurt. There's many examples of that, where government certain things have been taken away from people or and given to somebody else. That's just the way they play the game, and it's a game. It's not something I could do. I tried it for a while, and I can't do that crap. I'd much rather tell you to go fuck yourself right to your face. It's just sneaking around and backstabbing you is It's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's not the way that I want to do things. I want to stab you right in the chest while you're watching me, rip your guts out. So where are we now? Okay, the $600 checks are supposed to start going out as early as tonight. Um, I don't know how much it's going to help anybody. Um, my rent was $1,000 when I left New Jersey. You give me you gave me the $1,200. If you gave me the $1,200 and I was still living in New Jersey, I'd have $200 left. And plus, well, it would have been extra. I couldn't have been I wouldn't have been in Jersey anyhow because I was living on Social Security, and you can't make a living. You cannot pay bills on Social Security. It doesn't happen. I get like I say, I get $1,400 a month. My rent would have been $1,000. My cable bill was $160. It was a cable, phone, internet, that whole package was $160. I probably could have trimmed it down to 140, 130 maybe, but that's about it. Still keeping the phone, the internet, and cable. I have to have cable. You got to do something. I wouldn't have ever written a book because I would have been too busy trying to work. I don't know what else. It's just I don't know how people argue about that's a minimum. He said, well, we'll get you $2,000. That's good for 30 days. What do you do after that? Hmm? Where's the rest of your money coming from? Where's your If you're not working, or if you can't work because of this, or your wages are cut, how do you live? It's I could live. I mean, it's 1 month, and besides that, it's only 1 month. You have to budget that out. Over 6 or 7 months, because even if you get, if the virus isn't going to get the virus, the vaccine isn't going to get to you, the average individual, to maybe June. And we don't know if it's going to help against the new strain that's out in England. Well, it's not only in England now. They found a case of it in Colorado today. So we don't know if that vaccine will have an impact against that. I mean, you're dealing with a nasty little disease that's capable of mutations, and that's just, that makes coming out with a virus and a vaccine for the virus that much harder. You have to identify the mutation, and then you have to go in and you have to see if you can tweak your vaccine just a little bit to handle that, or do you have to come up with another vaccine altogether? And will this be the last one? It's gonna. They say they all come out of China. Well, yes and no. I mean, they come out of Africa. They come out of everywhere. It's just, for some reason, it's easier to shut Africa down than it is to shut the rest of the world down. So that's how Ebola, the Ebola never turned into a real pandemic, because it was easier to shut Africa down. Less people, maybe that's how you do it. I don't know. So what are your plans for the week, for New Year's Eve, guys? What are you gonna do? Well, I have to write a blog about stuff. You know what stuff is? That's the stuff in that's those things in the back of your closet that you throw there after Christmas. They're from last year or something like that. All right, listen up. I'm gonna take off right now. I gotta go read some more and see exactly if we're gonna get a vote, when we're gonna get a vote, what they're gonna do with the stimulus checks, what they're gonna do with the defense bill. Is somebody gonna, can we really? Maybe we can arrest Trump. Oh, I know what the third thing he wanted to do with that Bernie was upset about. He wanted to start an investigation into the fraud, the election for fraud, a Senate investigation. Wow. You talk about, he's not just a sore loser, he's a stupid loser. Enough is enough. All right, listen, I'm out of here. I'll be back.